Are you feeling overwhelmed by your emotional attachments? Are they causing you stress, anxiety, or heartbreak? If so, you're not alone. But what if there was a way to manage these attachments and find greater peace and balance in your life? In this video, we'll explore the ancient philosophy of Stoicism and how its teachings can help you stop being too emotionally attached. Lesson 1. Focus on your own goals and well-being. We are making an investment in our own growth and development when we devote our attention to our own objectives. It is not appropriate for us to reject other people or become self-centered because of this. Instead, it means getting to the point when we realize that our main obligation is to ourselves. It is up to each of us to construct a life that is in accordance with our ideals and goals, since we are the builders of our own lives. It is possible for us to develop an emotional dependence on other people if we are unduly focused on someone else. It is possible for their actions, words, and even their moods to have a big influence on the emotional state that we are experiencing. Because of this, we are continuously responding to external variables rather than being directed by our own internal compass, which may lead to a roller coaster of emotions. On the other side, when we take the time to concentrate on our own objectives, we develop more emotional steadiness and resilience. We are not influenced by the opinions of others, rather we are directed by the principles and goals that we have set for ourselves. Having this ability does not imply that we become immune to the feelings that other people experience. Rather, it means that we are better able to control our own feelings and maintain a sense of inner calm over time. Putting our attention on our own objectives may also result in increased levels of contentment and fulfillment. We have a greater chance of experiencing a feeling of purpose and meaning in our lives when we devote our time and energy to activities that are congruent with our ideals and goals. Instead of spending our lives for the benefit of other people, we are living them for ourselves. This has the potential to bring about a profound feeling of happiness and fulfillment as we are able to see that we are making progress toward our objectives. However, it is essential to keep in mind that concentrating on our own objectives does not imply that we should dismiss the requirements of other people or those with whom we have ties. Stoicism encourages us to strike a balance between worrying about ourselves and caring about other people. While we should work toward achieving our individual objectives, we should also make an effort to contribute to the larger good. Keeping this equilibrium is essential to sustaining good relationships and living a life that is meaningful. In light of this, how can we begin to concentrate on our own objectives and well-being? Identifying what is actually important to us is the first step in the process. Which values do we hold dear? What are our goals and objectives? In what way do we wish to be seen by others? These questions have the potential to assist us in elucidating our objectives and determining the path that we want to take in our life. After determining what we want to accomplish, the following stage is to put our plans into action. Setting clear goals, making a strategy, or looking for resources or help are all examples of things that might fall under this category. Taking constant action toward our objectives, even if it's only taking a few baby steps every day, is the most important thing we can do. It is also essential that we keep track of our progress and make any necessary adjustments to our strategy. It is possible that we may face challenges or failures along the path. Yet, these things can provide us with chances for great learning. We can continue to make progress toward our objectives even in the face of adversity if we maintain our flexibility and adaptability so that we may continue to make progress. We have the ability to build a life that is compatible with our ideals and goals if we take responsibility for our own lives and focus our efforts on the aspects of our lives that we have the ability to influence. Now that we have decided to go on this trip, Let us begin to make investments in ourselves and our own personal development. Lesson 2. Maintain other relationships. Keeping up with other relationships can be really beneficial when it comes to managing emotional attachment. First and foremost, it's important to spread out our emotional investment. Having a diverse range of relationships in our lives helps prevent us from relying too heavily on one person for our emotional needs. By doing this, you can minimize the chances of forming an unhealthy emotional bond. Additionally, engaging in other relationships allows us to gain diverse perspectives and experiences. They have the ability to expand our perspectives, question our beliefs, and enhance our experiences in numerous ways. Engaging in this activity can assist us in personal growth and foster a deeper comprehension of the world and our role within it. We can cultivate and nurture other connections in a manner that enhances our overall well-being and facilitates our personal development. One important aspect of nurturing relationships is to build a wide-ranging social circle. This encompasses a wide range of individuals, including friends, family, colleagues, and acquaintances. Every relationship brings its own set of advantages and difficulties, and by connecting with a diverse range of individuals, we can cultivate a more well-rounded and adaptable emotional existence. Relationships, just like any other aspect of life, demand dedication and investment. Regularly connecting with the people in our lives, showing interest in their experiences, and offering support when needed is crucial. It's important to strike a balance between taking care of ourselves and staying connected to others. Active listening is a crucial skill that can greatly enhance any relationship. It's all about really listening to what someone is saying and truly grasping the emotions and thoughts behind their words. Active listening is a powerful tool that allows us to truly connect with others, gain insight into their viewpoints, and respond with genuine support and empathy. It's crucial to prioritize our relationships and ensure that we honor each other's boundaries. It's important to grasp and embrace the boundaries within each relationship and refrain from having unrealistic expectations. Respecting boundaries is crucial in maintaining healthy relationships and fostering emotional well-being. By honoring personal space and autonomy, we can cultivate a sense of mutual respect and prevent unnecessary emotional attachment. Embrace the opportunity to forge new connections. Life is brimming with chances to connect with fresh faces and forge new connections. By embracing these opportunities, we can broaden our social circle, gain insights from others, and enhance our lives. By building a wide range of connections, dedicating time and energy, honing our listening skills, respecting personal boundaries, and embracing new relationships, we can strike a harmonious balance between self-focus and connection. Striking a balance in our lives can lead to personal growth, resilience, and a more satisfying emotional well-being. Keep in mind that it's important to not shy away from emotional attachment. Instead, we should focus on effectively managing it to enhance our overall well-being and personal development. It's important to appreciate the relationships we have, value the connections we make, and keep growing and learning from the people around us. Lesson 3. Don't practice toxic empathy. Understanding and sharing the feelings of others is a core aspect of being human. It's incredible how we can connect with one another on a profound level, providing solace and encouragement during difficult times and forging deep, meaningful bonds. Nevertheless, if empathy is taken to the extreme, it can have negative consequences such as emotional overwhelm and burnout. Understanding and sharing the feelings of others can sometimes lead to toxic empathy, where we internalize those emotions as if they were our own. We experience the burden of their pain, stress, and fear, to the extent that it begins to impact our own emotional state. It's easy to get caught up in the emotions and experiences of others, which can lead to a strong emotional connection. Stoicism presents a unique perspective on empathy, emphasizing a sense of balance and long-term sustainability. Understanding and acknowledging other people's feelings without letting them overwhelm us is an important aspect of Stoic empathy. It's all about providing support and empathy without shouldering their problems as our own. So, how can we cultivate Stoic empathy and steer clear of the dangers of toxic empathy? Understanding the boundaries between your emotions and those of others is crucial. It's important to remember that this isn't about isolating yourself, but rather about establishing a secure space for your own emotions. It's important to acknowledge that you can provide support and understanding, but you are not accountable for someone else's emotions. Being mindful involves being fully present and aware of your thoughts and emotions. Being mindful allows for a deeper understanding of your own emotional responses and helps shield you from absorbing the emotions of others. Instead of getting caught up in someone else's emotions, try to provide practical assistance and support. This could involve providing guidance or solutions to their issues, or just being a supportive listener when they require someone to confide in. Prioritizing your emotional well-being is crucial in order to provide effective support to others. Remember to prioritize self-care by getting sufficient rest, nourishing your body with healthy food, and participating in activities that bring you happiness and satisfaction. If you're experiencing difficulties with toxic empathy, it could be beneficial to reach out to a mental health professional for support. They can offer valuable insights and resources to assist you in effectively navigating your empathy with a sense of balance and well-being. Keep in mind that it's important to not suppress your empathy. Instead, focus on managing it in a way that benefits both your own well-being and your ability to connect with others. Practicing Stoic empathy allows you to strike a harmonious balance between understanding and supporting others, while also safeguarding your own emotional well-being. As Seneca, the renowned Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "It is important for us to reflect on ourselves each night and ask, what weaknesses have I overcome today? What passions are conflicting? What was the temptation that you resisted? What virtue have you acquired?" Through introspection and the cultivation of empathy, we have the power to overcome our weaknesses, resist distractions, and develop virtues, resulting in a more stable and resilient emotional state. By incorporating Stoic empathy into our lives, we can strike a harmonious equilibrium between comprehending and uplifting others, while safeguarding our own emotional health. Let's aim to be kind-hearted, providing assistance and empathy, while also valuing our own emotional limits and making our own well-being a priority. This is the way to achieve a more balanced, resilient, and fulfilling emotional life. Lesson 4. Always try to be self-dependent. In today's interconnected world, self-sufficiency is often misunderstood, but Stoicism places a high value on it. Being self-reliant doesn't mean being alone, disconnected, or rejecting assistance from others. Instead, it's all about developing a strong sense of inner strength, resilience, and self-reliance that gives you the power to handle life's challenges with poise and dignity. Let's explore this concept further and grasp its significance in handling emotional attachment. Being self-reliant starts with recognizing and embracing the fact that we have full control over ourselves, our thoughts, actions, and reactions. Everything else, including the actions of others and the world around us, is mostly out of our hands. Having a solid grasp of this concept is essential when it comes to handling emotional connections. Once we come to the realization that our happiness and well-being should not rely on outside influences, our attention shifts towards our own capabilities and resources. Taking responsibility for your own life is crucial for being self-dependent. It's important to take responsibility for your failures and acknowledge that your successes are not solely due to external factors. Instead, you recognize that you have the power to shape your own future. Adopting this mindset can be beneficial in reducing emotional attachment, as it allows you to rely less on others for your emotional needs. You begin to view yourself as a confident individual who can handle any challenges that come your way. Being self-reliant means honing a range of abilities and building up a network of support. Some possible elements to consider are problem-solving skills, emotional regulation techniques, and having a strong support network. Having the right tools at your disposal can provide a sense of security and help minimize emotional attachments. In addition, being able to rely on oneself cultivates a feeling of value and assurance. Knowing that you can depend on yourself instills a sense of confidence in your abilities. Having confidence can greatly improve your ability to navigate relationships. Instead of relying on others due to fear or lack of confidence, you can confidently interact with them. Nevertheless, it's crucial to understand that being self-reliant doesn't entail refusing assistance or support from others. Stoicism acknowledges the importance of community and relationships. It's all about striking the right balance between being independent and relying on others. It's important to be independent and self-reliant, while also recognizing the value of seeking assistance and support from others. So, what are some ways to develop self-reliance? Setting and working towards personal goals can empower you to become more self-reliant. It's all about seizing control of your own life and going after what truly matters to you. Discover the art of recognizing issues, devising solutions, and executing them with precision. It's amazing how this can boost your self-assurance when it comes to tackling obstacles. Discover the art of effectively managing your emotions. Here's a helpful tip to handle challenging situations without feeling overwhelmed. Being self-reliant is crucial, but it's equally important to have a supportive community to lean on for guidance and encouragement. Embrace the fact that you are in control of your own actions and must face the outcomes they bring. Developing a sense of self-accountability can be really beneficial. By embracing a mindset of independence, you can diminish your reliance on others for emotional support, nurture your self-esteem and assurance, and navigate relationships with greater proficiency. Keep in mind, the aim is not to distance yourself from others, but rather to cultivate a strong sense of self-reliance that empowers you to lead a more fulfilling and resilient life. Lesson 5. Don't keep expectations from people. Expectations, no matter how innocent they may appear, can sometimes be the source of our emotional distress and attachment. We often have these idealized visions of how we want things to be, how we expect people to act, and when reality falls short of these visions, it can lead to feelings of disappointment, frustration, and even heartbreak. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the importance of releasing expectations. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, once shared a profound insight. The significance lies not in what befalls you, but in your response to it. This quote perfectly captures the Stoic perspective on expectations. It's all about having a YouTuber-like approach to the world, not trying to control everything, but rather focusing on how we respond to it. When we have certain expectations of others, we may find ourselves attempting to exert control over them. However, this approach is not only unrealistic, but can also lead to emotional distress. First and foremost, expectations can foster a reliance on others. When we have certain expectations of others, we tend to tie our happiness to their behavior. It's easy to get emotionally attached when we start relying on someone to behave in a specific manner for our happiness or fulfillment. Additionally, expectations frequently arise from our personal wants and anxieties. It's not uncommon for us to rely on others for support, as the thought of being alone can be unsettling. Similarly, we might have certain expectations of how people should act, simply because it's in line with what we want. These expectations may result in emotional attachment as we begin to connect this individual with our own desires and preferences. So, what are some ways to release expectations and lessen emotional attachment? Embracing reality for what it truly is, rather than clinging to our own desires, is the initial stride towards releasing expectations. We shouldn't think that we have to accept a life of unhappiness, but rather understand that we can't have complete control over everything. People have the freedom to behave in ways that may not align with our preferences, and that's perfectly acceptable. It's just a natural part of life. Instead of attempting to dictate how others should behave, it's more productive to concentrate on your own actions. Take charge of your reactions to different situations and make thoughtful choices. When faced with someone's troubling behavior, it's important to consider how you can react in a manner that reflects your personal values and prioritizes your own well-being. Expressing gratitude allows us to truly value individuals for their inherent qualities, rather than solely focusing on the ways they benefit us. By highlighting the bright side of our relationships, we can lower our expectations and foster a stronger sense of connection. If you happen to have certain expectations, it can be quite beneficial to openly communicate them with the person involved. Being transparent and sincere in our communication can really clear up any confusion and give us a better grasp of why we act the way we do. Embracing a mindset of letting go of expectations can be a powerful tool in reducing emotional attachment and fostering more balanced and fulfilling relationships. It's all about embracing individuals for who they truly are, directing our attention towards our own behaviors, embracing mindfulness, fostering appreciation, and engaging in open communication. Keep in mind that it's not about getting rid of all expectations, but rather about handling them in a way that promotes our well-being and personal development. Epictetus once shared the insightful quote, "We possess 2 ears and 1 mouth in order to listen twice as much as we speak." Embracing others for who they truly are, without imposing our own expectations, can bring about a sense of tranquility and contentment in our lives. Lesson 6. Practice self-love. Embracing self-love is a fundamental aspect of Stoic philosophy. It's all about recognizing your worth, prioritizing self-care, and showing yourself compassion and dignity. It's important to acknowledge and appreciate your own value as a person without being self-absorbed or egotistical. Practicing self-love helps you become more adept at handling emotional attachments and maintaining a healthy emotional balance. Self-love can be quite misunderstood. It's not about having an inflated ego or being self-obsessed, but rather about valuing oneself in a positive way. It's all about embracing your strengths and weaknesses and fully accepting yourself, imperfections and all. It's all about prioritizing your physical, emotional, and mental well-being and engaging in activities that bring you happiness and satisfaction. Self-love involves establishing boundaries and asserting yourself. It's all about recognizing your value and not accepting anything less. It's all about prioritizing your own well-being, even when faced with tough choices or going against the crowd. Understanding the importance of self-love is essential when it comes to navigating emotional attachment. When you have a strong sense of self-worth, you're less inclined to rely on others for validation or fulfillment. Embrace your inner source of happiness and strength, minimizing the reliance on emotional attachments. Self-love is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. When you have a strong sense of self-worth, you are less inclined to accept mistreatment or disrespect. You'll find it easier to express your needs and set boundaries, and you'll have the strength to leave behind any relationships that are harmful or toxic. In addition, prioritizing self-care is crucial for your overall well-being. Research has indicated that individuals who prioritize self-care experience improved mental well-being, increased self-confidence, and enhanced ability to overcome challenges. They are also more inclined to participate in healthy behaviors, such as regular exercise and maintaining a balanced diet. Practicing self-love might feel a bit uncomfortable or unfamiliar initially, particularly if you tend to prioritize others over yourself. With consistent effort and dedication, it can easily become second nature. Make sure to prioritize your physical well-being by maintaining a balanced diet, engaging in regular physical activity, and ensuring you get sufficient rest. Make sure to prioritize your emotional well-being by finding activities that bring you joy and help you unwind, like reading, listening to music, or immersing yourself in nature. Embrace self-compassion and treat yourself with kindness. When you make a mistake or experience a setback, there's no need to be too hard on yourself. Instead, have a conversation with yourself as if you were chatting with a close friend. It's important to set boundaries and prioritize your own well-being by politely declining requests or demands that deplete your energy or go against your values. Remember, it's perfectly fine to prioritize your own needs and well-being. Embrace activities that bring you joy and ignite your passion. There are endless possibilities, from painting to hiking to learning a new language. Feel free to reach out for assistance whenever you require it. This could come from someone you trust, like a close friend, family member, or a mental health professional. We all make mistakes, just like a YouTuber. It's just a natural part of being human. Instead of fixating on your errors, take the opportunity to grow and progress. It's important to acknowledge and celebrate even the smallest of achievements. This will give you a boost in self-esteem and confidence. Stay authentic and genuine. Don't attempt to portray a false persona just to appease others. Practicing self-love can be a powerful tool for managing emotional attachment and fostering a healthy emotional life. It's all about recognizing your worth, prioritizing self-care, and treating yourself with compassion and dignity. It's all about establishing limits, following your interests, and staying authentic. All right, let's get started today. Begin with small steps, but make sure to take action, because everyone deserves love, and that includes love from oneself. Overall, Stoicism provides a strong framework for effectively handling emotional attachment. By prioritizing our personal aspirations, nurturing harmonious connections, fostering empathy, embracing self-reliance, releasing attachments to outcomes, and embracing self-care, we can cultivate a stronger and more balanced emotional well-being. Keep in mind that the objective isn't to get rid of emotional attachment, but rather to handle it in a manner that promotes our overall well-being and personal development.